Tens of thousands of euros. That's the cost of a bug I caused just because of a single missing parameter in my JavaScript function. What is up guys, and welcome to Developer Habits, a YouTube channel for software engineers interested in growth mindset, developer lifestyle and technical tutorials. My name is Ketmar, I'm a full stack engineer from Estonia, and today we are going to talk about the fact that it's okay to produce bugs. When I got my first job as a professional developer, I promised myself to work and learn as hard as I can. And so I've done, I believe. During my 3-year career in Pipedrive, the company I work for, I faced many interesting technical and non-technical challenges, some of which have made me think what it means to be a developer. The team I joined in Pipedrive is responsible for our public web, the gateway to all our new potential clients. When it's down, people can't sign up, meaning no new clients, meaning no money for the company. During my career in Pipedrive, I've managed to take it down a couple of times, mostly because of some unexpected technical issues. That said, there was an incident in 2018 that really made me think about whether I'm fit to be a developer, because the code I deployed was faulty and I didn't do enough manual testing. The part of the code that I was deploying did not have any unit tests or functional tests, so we were relying on manual testing and our monitoring tools. I do not remember all the technicalities, but the whole task itself was connected to our tracking snippets on some random low important page. The next day, I found out that my code, my deployment, had caused a bug that took down one of our most popular landing pages. The same day, I started a short investigation, found the problem quite easily and deployed a fix. Great, everything's good again. Thanks to that bug, we even found some misconfigurations in our monitoring tools. Life went on for others, but not to me, because I knew that if I had done more manual testing in the live environment after my deployment, we could have caught the bug so much earlier. I'm usually not afraid to admit my mistakes. When I screw up, I say it out loud. But that time I felt shame, because my bug that was so easy to fix had caused a major issue. After the incident, I started asking myself questions like, how could I miss such an easy bug? Why didn't I test more? Why do I always fail to notice things like that? Am I even a solid developer? And if I make mistakes, do I even belong here? At home, I started digging more into the topic of how developers deal with failure. Quite soon, I discovered that the imposter syndrome, a feeling that we fooled others to believe that we are more talented and capable than we actually are, is a real thing amongst developers. Even David Walsh, a blogger most web developers know about, has written about it. To be honest, when I think about it at the moment, I'm not that surprised that even the big names in web development have written about imposter syndrome. Web development can be quite demanding. We must update our knowledge all the time. There are new shiny technologies coming out every day. Your code is constantly tested for speed and quality. There's almost always someone better around you. Eventually, what we build can become complex systems that have to function all the time. It's lots of pressure. So what I want to say is that web development is full of rapid changes all the time, and constantly performing at your best is quite hard. In the end, it's natural that bugs will appear, but what's important is to learn from those experiences. In my case, the key takeaways from the incident are less technical and more psychological. And as the time has passed, I've dug more into the topic of self-care as a developer. Here are some of the key takeaways I've come to believe during my short career. Firstly, it's completely okay to make mistakes. If they are costly, well, too bad. But if you are afraid of making mistakes, then it's really hard to become creative and explore the unknown. Secondly, if you do produce a bug, then give 110% of yourself to understand what went wrong and how such situations could be improved in the future. In my case, we got to improve our monitoring tools, we started writing unit tests, and I understood that you can never be too comfortable. When you do make a mistake and you lose your confidence as a developer, then I suggest you to tackle some easier tasks for a while, to get back on the track and gain back the confidence. Also think about testing. They can always be improved and more testing can always be done. The question is, how much resources can you spend on it and how critical is the system you are building? As a developer, you should also remember that you are constantly in the unknown environment, and coming up with new solutions in that kind of environment is quite admirable. Regarding knowledge, you should know that you will never know everything. There are constantly new things coming up, and you should find the confidence that when there's a need, you are able to learn new subjects. And lastly, I'd like you to remember that there will always be better programmers around you. If not in your work environment, then somewhere else. And that's a good thing, because you get to learn from them. Potentially tens of thousands of euros lost because of my simple bug. Yes, I made a mistake, and yes, it could have been avoided easily if I had done more manual testing. That experience also showed us where we could improve our monitoring tools, write more unit tests, and so on. The most important part about making mistakes is to learn from them. And actually, after the incident, one of my colleagues came to me and asked if I had learned anything. After replying positively, he said that in that case, it's probably worth the money. To conclude, I'd like to remind you that making mistakes and producing bugs is a normal sight in developers' life. That said, you have to be a professional and always give your best. But when mistakes do happen, give 110% to learn from them. And while at it, remember that what you are actually building is quite awesome. We're not machines, we're just talking to them. So this is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you learned anything new, then please do hit the subscribe button below, because I will be creating more content like that in the future. Also, if you have similar experiences or thoughts on the topic, then please write them in the comment section below. And last but not least, if you are fighting with imposter syndrome or you're just insecure as a developer, then there's a really good book by Amy Cuddy called Presence, where she will give you really practical tips you can use in your professional and, well, not professional life. Bye!